big thing I want to do is make sure Medicaid is well run in Illinois. It's a critical social service, and we need to protect our healthcare system for our most vulnerable citizens and the families that need it the most. It needs to be well run, highly efficient, highly effective, and there's going to be some trade-offs, and we'll talk about those at the
Bruce, you had a lot of hard line positions in the primary and in the general, and you've got a lot of support because of those kind of hard line positions. Do you think, and how will you address that with your hardcore supporters now who may not want you to compromise?
Well, you know what? We are going to run a bipartisan government. The reality is the voters chose to have bipartisan government. We have divided government. For the first time in a long time, we have a Republican governor and we have a Democratic legislature. And the reality is, to get major things done, we need to come up with bipartisan solutions. I personally believe some of the best policies come on a bipartisan basis. I'm not going to compromise my positions or my values at the core, but we're going to need to be creative and flexible and work together as a team. The voters didn't put us in office to bicker and fight and create stalemates and just not get along. They asked us, they voted us into office to deliver results. We have a moral obligation, a duty to serve every family in this state and solve our major problems. We have huge problems. This is not going to be easy. We need to solve it on a bipartisan basis, and I look forward to working very closely with members of the General Assembly to come up with real solutions.
Mr. Rauner, you're moving to Springfield. What about other state workers? Will we see an influx of state departments coming back to Springfield now?
That is one of my priorities. We need a lot more.
What do you tell current state workers, union members, and not about a Rauner administration? Should they fear anything, given the way you talked about, the union bosses early on?
So there's a difference about union leadership and members, and the reality is I'm working for every family, whether union household, not a union household. I'm spun sometimes as being anti-union. That's wrong. That's not correct. I want to work for every family. I want everybody to have a great career, everybody to have a decent retirement, everybody to have maximum opportunity here in Illinois, and I look forward to working with every family and every worker in the government to get that done.
Mr. Rauner, no more insiders. That was a big theme of your campaign. You're an outsider. No more insiders. How does someone like Bill Daley fit into that? He seems to me to be the ultimate insider.
Yeah, so we're going to have an administration where we get advice from fresh new leaders and outside thinking, as well as folks who've been around the block a few times and know the issues. The smart way to do a turnaround is to talk with folks who know where some of the bodies are buried and know where some of the failures have been. And you watch and see in our administration, you're going to see a lot of new thinking, new ideas, new leadership, young leaders emerging. That's going to really drive the process. But the reality is, we need to talk with folks who are both been around in government here a long time, as well as innovative thinking. We need big changes, and to get them done fast and do them well, we need as much wisdom and expertise as we can possibly assemble.
How do you kiss and make up?
Scheduled a meeting yet with the speaker and the president?
That's in process. It's going to be happening in the coming few days.
How do you kiss and make up with Madigan and Cullerton after such a rock'em sock'em campaign?
You know, there's a big difference between campaigning and governing. They're related, but they're very different things. And the reality is, people know that I'm a bipartisan problem solver. I have been my whole life. I've been a bipartisan team builder. I just want to get solutions. I want the high quality life for the families of Illinois. I want to bring back and make a reality the American dream for families in Illinois. That's it. I just care about results, and I will work my tail off to make sure we solve the problems. We're not going to kick the can down the road anymore. We're not going to sit around bickering and making fun of each other. We're going to sit in rooms and we're going to solve problems, and we're not going to waste time. We don't have time to waste. We've got major problems, and I'm here to fix them right here in Springfield. That's what we're going to do together.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.